We are the brave companions. We are the brave companions. We are the brave companions. First up is Averick. Averick is going to stand up. Averick gets 5 health and 1 stamina. Okay, Averick is back. He currently has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 health left, and there has 7 health. So that means he has 5 health left, basically, and 3 stamina. Next up is Jane. Jane is going to move south 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and attack the spider. But before that happens, I'm going to play an Overlord card. It's a pit trap. Play this card when a hero enters an empty space. So I'm going to move Jane there. Now the hero has entered an empty space. Test perception. If he fails, he suffers 1 damage and loses 1 movement point. If he has no movement points to lose, he is stunned. Okay, so I'm going to test Jane's perception. Jane has a perception of 4, so she wants to get 4 or fewer. And she got it. So that pit trap was a long shot, but I thought it was worth it, worth a try. So that was 1 movement point, 2, 3, 4. Actually, she's got the belt of water walking, so it's just 1, 2, 3, and then shoot at that spider with her bow. So the bow is blue and yellow, and he has a defense of gray. Roll those. Got the range. 1, 2, 3. Yep, range is good. This blocks that, but 1 surge. Let's see. A surge can do +1 damage. I think that's probably what he'll want to do. So 1 damage on the spider. So this spider takes 1 damage, but that spider can take 3, so he's still alive. Next up, Widow Tarha. So Tarha's first action is going to attack this harpy. Okay, Widow Tarha has blue and yellow. Harpy has a gray defense. Ooh. That's 2 hits and 1 surge. Widow Tarha could use the surge to get +1 range. That's not going to help. So 2 hits. So Widow Tarha put 2 hits on the harpy, but that harpy can take 3. So I'll just put those hits by the harpy. Next up is the reanimate. It's going to move east 3 spaces and attack the nearest monster. So that's 1, 2, 3, and then it's going to attack that harpy. Let's see if the reanimate can put that harpy down. Oh, and a miss. So a swing and a miss from the zombie, which means Widow Tarha is going to have to spend her last action to attack that harpy as well. Okay, let's see if she can take it out. And that's 2 hits, which is going to be enough to kill the harpy. So Widow Tarha finally killed this harpy. And, which it goes over here to be brought back later. And because she used the Reaper's Scythe, it says each time you defeat a monster with this weapon, you recover 1 health. So that means Widow Tarha is down to 1 health and 1 stamina. And that's the end of her turn. Chris didn't send in a turn, so I'm going to play for him. I think Leoric is going to turn around and try to zap this spider with his Arcane Bolt. Arcane Bolt has a blue and yellow. Spider has a defense of gray. Also, Leoric can exhaust the Mana Weave to give him a surge. Hey, he finally hit. So that's blocked that. But he has the range and he has 2 surges. Let's see. He can use a surge to get Pierce 2, which would actually make that 2 hits, and that's enough to kill the spider. Okay, so Leoric finally gets a decent roll and kills this spider. Spiders are not something I can bring back on, so it will just go out of the game. Now for his last action, I think he's going to turn back around and shoot at that flesh molder with Arcane Bolt. Okay, same dice here against the Flesh Molder, and Leoric still has that mana surge he could spend to get mana weave that he could spend to get a surge. 1, 2, got the range. 3 hits and a surge. Now I'm actually going to play an Overlord card called Dark Fortitude. Play this card after rolling defense die, add 2 shields to the result. So this will actually be 3 shields, which will block all of those. But he's got a surge there, which he can spend to get Pierce 2, which will cause 2 hits. Okay, I probably wasted that Overlord card, but my Flesh Molder has a health of 4, so his 2 hits are not going to kill it. So I'll put those 2 hits there. And now it is my turn. Okay, at the start of my turn, I'm going to draw an Overlord card. Nice. And this Corrupted Villager is going to rise up as a minion Flesh Molder, which means this token goes into my area, which means there are now 5 tokens. 5 villagers have been removed from the board, so at the end of my turn, the lone survivor is going to spawn, and I'm going to get to choose where he spawns. Okay, then also at the beginning of my turn, a harpy will come in on the exit space, which leaves me 1 more harpy to spawn. First I'm going to move the zombies. They can each move 3 spaces, so they're going to shamble this way. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to move the harpies. The minion harpies can move 5, and the master harpy can move 5. And they can move through things because they can fly. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's all the harpies. Okay. Next, let's move the spiders. These spiders are going to focus on bringing Avric back down. Let's use the Master Spider first. The Master Spider is going to... Actually, I'm going to use an Overlord card called Frenzy. Play this card when activating a monster during your turn. That monster may perform an additional attack action in addition to its normal 2 actions. So, my Master Cave Spider is going into a Frenzy, so it gets 2 attacks. That is... won't focus. That's 3 hits and a surge. Now Avric can exhaust his shield to add 1 shield. So that's 2 hits and a surge. The Master Cave Spider can spend a surge to get +2 health. So I will do that, which means 3 hits on Avric. Okay, Avric is up to 12. I need to get 2 hits here to put him back down. Go Cave Spider. And why will it not focus? That's 3 hits, but 3 shields. So Avric gets lucky and is still up. So a lucky defense roll by Avric from the Cave Spider, which means he's still up. But I still have 1 more spider to try to take him down. So let's see if the minion spider can do it. Okay, it's integral to my strategy for this minion spider to take down Avric. So let's see if he can do it. And he does not. That's 1 hit. Avric still has 1 hit point left. Okay, I'm very disappointed in these spiders. They will be punished severely. Now it's up to my Flesh Molders and my last group to activate. First I'm going to try to hit Avric with this minion Flesh Molder. Okay, I just need 1 hit. And I got it. 1 hit and a surge is enough to knock Avric down. Okay, finally, my Flesh Molder has knocked Avric back down, which means I get to draw an Overlord card, and I get to move my other Flesh Molders. He's going to go here, and he is going to go here. And now, my last flesh molder will attempt to hit Leoric of the Book here. Okay, my minion flesh molder attacking Leoric of the Book. I've got 1 hit, 2 surges. My flesh molders can use 1 surge to get a +1 damage, which he will do, but it won't go through. His other surge he will use to Mend 1. Mend 1 means this monster recovers X health. So he will recover 1 health, which leaves him with 1 health, but no damage to Leoric. Okay, that's the end of my turn. Now, since there have been 5 survivors removed from the board, or 5 bodies removed from the board, we get to place the lone survivor, and since I have 3, you guys have 2, I get to pick where he's going, and of course, he's going right there. I get to read some boxed text. Between the shrieks and the growls of the hideous creatures you face and the clashing of combat, you hear the sounds of a man crying out in terror. You can't imagine how anyone could have survived in this place, but you can think of no one better to provide you information as to what happened here. Okay, so as an action, while adjacent to a survivor, a hero may pick up and carry the survivor. If a hero is not carrying the survivor may be targeted and affected by monster attacks. The survivor cannot recover health and is immune to all conditions. If a hero is defeated while carrying the survivor is dropped in his space. As an action, a hero carrying the survivor may drop the survivor in an adjacent empty space, and the survivor has a health of 10, a speed of 0, and a defense of 1 gray die. My goal now is to kill him. If I can do 10 damage to him, he dies and I win the game. Or at least this quest. Your goal is to come pick him up and drag him over to the exit. The exit being over there. If you can do that before he dies, you win the quest. Okay, so the end game has been triggered and it's your turn now.